Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for coming today. And there's a bunch of people in the waiting room. Just give me one moment for everyone to join us. Look around here. You might see some familiar names and faces. Hey. All right. Y'all, we've got a big group today. I want to say thank you again. Welcome. My name's Kelsey. I have the honor of working at the ACA and with some other really talented people here today. Hey, Mark, I see you. Casey Moss also is ACA's communications manager. She's going to be our Zoom technical assistant today. So thanks for making everything in the background go so well. I'm here also with Scott Suspaniak and Robin Pope, who have contributed greatly to the resource we're about to describe to you. And so you have my sincere thanks. We couldn't do this without you. Everybody, if you want to introduce yourself, please feel free to do that in the chat. Feel free to ask a question, make a comment if you don't want to forget what it is that you want to ask. This is going to be a very brief presentation today, 15, 20 minutes, and then we'll entertain any of your questions or comments at the end. So everybody who wants to leave and go back to your day, you can. This meeting is also being recorded so that you can watch it later or share it around to anybody else. So again, thank you so much for your attendance here today. I'm so darn excited to share this with you. So this means the world that you've made the time. I'm going to share my screen in just a moment. I'm sorry. Let's see. Casey, are you able to admit people in from the waiting room? Thank you. I really appreciate that. All right. Are we good to go? All right, everybody. Thank you again. And I meant to say this earlier, happy National Safe Boating Week. I hope that all of you have been able to get out on the water or certainly enjoy and observe all of the safe boating campaigns that you might have seen, including last week, National Wear Your Life Jacket to Work Day, and all the fun things that have gone alongside that. So this resource, Smart Start for Safe Paddling, directly supports and jumps on board with National Safe Boating Week. So this is great timing. I wanted to say that the Smart Start for Safe Paddling, it is an entire suite of resources, educational resources that provide all the essential info that beginning novice recreational paddlers need to stay safe and have a whole bunch of fun while they're on the water. Excuse me. And the whole program, it addresses each of the NASBLA and ANSI published standards and provides in-text citations for easy cross-reference. Right? The whole suite. It contains a whole bunch of things, including a resource, Hardy curriculum textbook, a student workbook, a facilitator's guide, a free online safety course, a collection of presentation slides, an on-water course outline. We've got outreach materials like infographics and info cards. We got so many things, and they're organized, generally speaking, by these bright numbers you'll see here are the chapters, the kind of the way that we group the information. I wanted y'all to be able to take a quick look at them. So here on your left-hand side is the curriculum book. In the middle, we have the student workbook. And on the far right is the facilitator's guide. And a really cool thing about these is that they are available print on demand and on Amazon Kindle as a digital format. So that we can make customizations, we can make updates, we can refresh any of this content. And with the print on demand service, the very next book that is printed has those revisions. We don't need to stock 10s, 20s, 30s of thousands of these and have to sell them or give them all off before we start and refresh. So this is a really great dynamic way to have the latest and greatest content and tips and information and statistics and everything that we need to have it as soon as we're ready to publish it. I wanted to touch briefly also on the free online course. Okay, I'm not going to spend most of this presentation speaking about it. This is it's completely free online course that has to do with paddling safety. This was funded so generously by the U.S. Coast Guard some years ago. You can see here, I don't need to read this to you, but the list of content that is contained in here, the characters I'm going to call this the branding, the fonts, the color scheme, the writing style are all consistent with the 3 resources, those books that I just showed you. And it's available in English and in Spanish, closed captions and audio all the way through. So I wanted to take a moment to kind of illustrate how this program can serve everybody here, no matter what type of paddling or boating or community serving organization that you're a part of. It is aligned, the content in this program, with the National Recreational Boating Safety Strategic Plan. Like I said earlier a little bit, the ANSI and the NASBLA Basic Boating Safety Knowledge and Human Propelled Standards. The content is data-driven and it's evidence-based, and it comes about from analyzed reports and narratives from the 50,000 people who have been certified through the ACA over the years. In case you haven't read it recently or you're not sure what it's about, the RBS Strategic Plan, these are the main 3 initiatives that we are trying to achieve through all of our national boating safety programs, initiatives, strategies, all of this. And so this resource, this whole collection, it is informed by the Boating Accident Reporting Database, the recreational boating statistics that the Coast Guard publishes each year, reports from American Whitewater's Accident Database, participation and demographic study information from the Outdoor Foundation, and that wealth of experience shared by the paddling experts and subject matter professionals through the ACA. If you haven't dug into the NASBLA standards recently, I just wanted to outline them here for you. And once again, try to illustrate how this content, all of these books, all of these outreach materials, they cover each of these items and each of their subpoints. As you read through these resources, all of the standards elements are directly cited next to the content to which it's relevant. And the entirety of the standards are contained in the appendix for easy cross-reference. So here's a deeper dive into the curriculum textbook. That's the green, I don't know if you can see me any longer, but the green textbook that we were referencing. Hey, Scott, I see you. Here again is the kind of the chapters, the kind of content organization, the framework through which we're going to present this through gear and equipment, skills building, planning ahead and preparing, including hazard recognition, and then making smart decisions and developing your good judgment. And so right here are just a couple pages out of the book, so you can see what it looks like. And in some of these, you can see where the standards are directly cited here. And can I just say, I'm so very proud of the animation team that developed all the graphics for these things. I think they're tip top. And in addition to the curriculum, each of these books has an appendix that contains other relevant resources, including this glossary of terms, a deeper dive into heat and cold issues, including dressing for comfort and immersion, or wall immersed, both. And then we're going to have our navigation rules, VHF communications, even scripts on how to communicate if you get into a tough spot, a common paddling accident types and some other supporting data and statistics, the international scale of river classification that you'll find oftentimes in American Whitewater's publications, and of course, that standards reference guide. Here is an example of our student workbook. This, of course, again, just like everything else, is designed for beginners. The way that it's written, the complexity of the questions and the exercises is aimed at beginners, and it gives these new paddlers a clear hands-on way to kind of think critically, build their confidence, and develop safety awareness on and off the water all the time. And so you'll see here, you have some fill-in-the-blank questions, some multiple choice questions, some short answers, some kind of graphics and other fill-ins, and templates, workbooks, just all of these different, worksheets that people can fill out that goes hand in hand in the same order as the content in the curriculum textbook. It also contains an appendix, and you'll see different skills checklists. So a beginner would say, hey, can I fulfill all the items on this information checklist? Do I feel prepared to go on my first or my second or my 20th trip? It's got answer keys for, of course, all the questions that are throughout the book. It's got a float plan template, a word search activity, and a QR code that goes to a whole another large online resource library where you can find other resources for free. Here's a quick look at the Facilitator's Guide. That's our third and final published book of the series, and it helps presenters, teachers, instructors, camp counselors, whomever, facilitate learning for your students by providing lesson structures and sample activities and discussion questions. And so each lesson, how it's kind of built, right? They all contain the learning objectives for that lesson, the approximate time it'll take to deliver it, the materials that you're going to need, of suggestions, a whole bunch of different activities or prompts, things that you can do, methods to assess learning. Are they getting what I'm saying? Are they learning here? And then just some relevant, helpful hints for those who, gosh, either whether you're brand new, to facilitating or educating, or you're not, there's something cool in here that I'm sure would be helpful to you. In addition to those 4 other chapters that we earlier looked at, there's a bonus chapter, and it's called Next Steps, Growing as a Leader, Teacher, and Lifelong Learner. And that includes a whole bunch of information about your own self-reflection and goal setting as an educator, teaching and coaching strategy guides, more about professionalism, leadership, peer learning and support, and then just a whole bunch more of planning and evaluation tools for yourself and perhaps your colleagues as you continue to build the program in which you're working or volunteering. And like the others, here is the appendix. You'll find a lesson planning worksheet for you to build your own lessons, a safety briefing template or a safety talk, right? Helpful kind of information about feedback, how to structure it, and then some phrases that you can directly take out of that book and use as you work with some students. Your own leadership self-assessment tool, a breakdown of teaching styles, a template on how to record your trips in a trip log, and then suggested next steps. And kind of one overarching thing that I want to say about all 3 of these, and of course the online course that I earlier showed you, is that these items are just a bridge to, hands-on, on water instruction, education. There's nothing that's going to replace that hands-on learning. And so I think that if your students can kind of lose some of their apprehension or anxiety or demystify all of these basic questions about getting on the water, they will feel more prepared, be more confident, and ultimately be safer and have more fun, right? And so kind of on that note, all of us here would probably recognize that we can't do this alone. We can't educate everybody. We can't reach everyone. And we need to team up, right? As paddle sports grow in popularity, there's more and more people out there. And the more people there are, the more need there is for clear, for consistent, for quality safety education. And in line with this excuse me, RBS program and the other national standards or programs from people here like you, Smart Start advances these national goals by equipping these paddlers with everything that they need to have safe participation that's lifelong, that builds memories, that makes them stay healthy, care about their environment, bond with their families or their communities, all the things that we want for everyone. And so this is a nationwide challenge, and we need to work together and have some teamwork so that we can reach everybody where they are and create that culture of safety that all of us are committed to. And so really quickly, I would like to welcome Scott and or Robin to take a quick, feel free to come off mute if you want to. This is an opportunity for that teamwork and that collaboration I just talked about. We don't want you to recreate the wheel, okay? We want to offer these products to you, to your organization, and we want to make it easier than ever for your audiences to get them and for them to be relevant to your organization as well.
Kelsey, I would just reiterate that in my time in the program, I've seen a lot of organizations, states, and others struggle doing just that, reinventing the wheel. And this is a this is a pretty slick, pretty professional wheel, and it's just heartening that the American Canoe Association is so generous about their collaboration. So what folks are seeing on the screen is just a sample. It looks like the Coast Guard Auxiliaries Paddlecraft Safety Program is going to use the Smart Start suite of resources for their program. So for the Coast Guard Auxiliary book, there'll be a little information about the Coast Guard Auxiliary and a Coast Guard Auxiliary logo. Alternatively, the Power Squadron might do that, or the state of Utah might do that, or whatever state, whatever organization that might collaborate with the American Canoe Association. And so that's my perspective to share.
Thank you, Scott. Appreciate it. Robin, please go ahead.
Sure. And I think it's important to emphasize that this is a program that ACA is offering to anyone that wants to use it. We think it's a high quality program, but we want to make sure that we share it widely. We're not requiring ACA membership to use it. It's not limited only to ACA instructors. Your state boating law administrators and state boating educators can use it. Anybody that wants to take these resources is encouraged to go out and make use of them and help the boating community stay safe on the water and have more fun while they're there. And I look forward to seeing many people use it.
Thanks, Robin. I really appreciate it. Again, Robin and Scott have been my bulletin board, my bouncing board, whatever you call it, have been the recipient of tons of my questions and rehearsals and phrasing and all of these things. So y'all, you made this happen. So thank you.
Well, and Kelsey, thank you for taking lead on this. Kelsey's work with the graphics designer really took this from a black and white product into something that's really impressive and really accessible to many people. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Robin. And so again, as Robin said, anybody who wants more information on how to co-brand or otherwise make some insertions pages or logos or URLs or whatever, QR codes for your organization, we want to chat with you. We want to make this something that you're proud to have and proud to share. So please get in touch. And that concludes the slides that I have prepared for today. And so, I don't know, it's almost 20 after, realizing that everybody here is busy. It's also National Safe Boating Week. And so if you have other initiatives or projects you have to get back to, this is being recorded. We will share it with you that you can pass along or watch again. But we'll also stay here to entertain questions as long as you want to stay and ask.
Hey, Kelsey, I think it might be helpful to mention again specifically how to order the books from Amazon.
Sure, okay. So Casey should be dropping in the chat if she hasn't already. The link that's also at the bottom of this slide, americancanoe.org/smartstart. You'll find every single piece of this suite of resources there. And these books are available through we have our own store. You can also get them on Amazon print. You can also get them on Amazon Kindle, okay, which of course is an app that's compatible with all different types of phones and tablets and such. Thank you, Beth. Mark, what's your question?
Hi, Kelsey. Hi, everybody. Mark Alio from Rhode Island here. One question I have was mentioned in the chat having to do with the 30-minute video that had been created. And I can't see it all on the screen, but do I understand that the video is part of the suite of tools in this? And then the second question I have is, what's the status of the paddle safety facilitator program? And is there any kind of bridge or continuing impetus to try and move folks into participation in that program?
Mark, fantastic questions. So to answer your first question, I'm not sure what 30-minute video you're talking about. We do not have a video.
It's a presentation, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. So there are two different presentation slide decks. One of them is about 10 to 15 minutes and the other is that longer one. That is 90% done. and that I had to switch gears and prepare for this, but it will be available at the end of this week, early next week at the latest. But thank you, that's a great question.
Okay.
As it relates to ACA's Paddle Sports Safety Facilitator, PSF program, the content in here, I have inserted direct references into that course outline as well, so that those who already hold a PSF certification, if they were to grab this book, they could directly figure out how to fill that course, of course, and use some of the items in the facilitator's guide to structure their lessons if they want to. And so after this is the launch, Mark and everyone, this is it. And so now that this has been out here and we have all the supporting materials done, everybody who holds a PSF certification, there's maybe 6,000 or 7,000 of them, give or take. And then those who are eligible to deliver that program on our behalf will be told all about this and how to use it.
Great. Thank
Great
you.
question. Thank you. Jim, hey over there, how are you?
Thanks for having me. I just wanted to say I'm with the Power Squadrons, America's Boating Club, and you all sent me this little book, and I just want to say I was very impressed. I have long argued that paddlers need to understand that they are a boater, and that I saw you mention in there that they're the captain of their boat, and you talk about some of the rules and regulations and some of the legal aspects that most don't know. And I want to thank all of you who had anything to do with this. This is good stuff. And we are looking in the Power Squadron at upgrading our Paddle Smart course. And we hope this is going to be a part of it. So thanks again to all of you.
Jim, thank you so much. I think you and I met over Zoom, I suppose, at NASBLA's paddling safety meeting in Kentucky, I believe. And thank you. You also saw my very first attempt at explaining this to everybody. So it means a lot that you came back to learn some more.
Oh, no, I didn't get to see it. I was there, but I had another meeting that I had to go to and I missed it.
Okay.
That's why I came. But
Okay. Well,
again,
thanks
thanks
for
for
coming
having
back.
me.
That means the world. Thank you.
Hey, Kelsey,
someone
this is
Oh.
Marianne McKenzie with Oregon State Marine Board.
Hi, Marianne.
Yeah, thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it. Because we are looking at putting together a paddling program for Oregon. And I kind of have the same question that Cody Jones has in the notes of where, if we co-brand this, is there a cost to that? And also, if we want to add our state-specific information, how would that work with this program?
Yeah, Marianne, fantastic question. So no, there is not a cost to co-brand this. Just reach out to me. You can use this email that's here on the screen. And we'll just start a dialogue. It's going to be a little bit different for every organization. There's not a one size fits all process, but we can put your logo on the front, in the pages, at the back, wherever you see fit. And then however many pages worth of organization specific information you want, all we need to do is add it in the placement of your choice. And so no, there's not a cost to do that, but it just we can do that as fast as, in this case, you and I would communicate about what you want and where you want it.
Is there a possibility to get like a free book so we can look at it and see where we do, or would we need to purchase one to get what the book looks like? Where would we want to put things, that type of thing, just to kind of review it? Or should we just purchase our own, or would you be willing to offer a free one to states to do that with who are interested in doing that?
Yeah, I would love to send you one. And if you
Okay.
would do the kindness of sending me a quick email at that address right there saying, hey, I saw you on the Zoom meeting, I'd love a free book, and give me the address to which you want it shipped, and I'll get it to you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Kelsey. I appreciate it. I look forward to seeing this, in its completeness. It looks fantastic and I'm very interested about it. So thanks a lot.
Yeah, well, thank you. Your interest really drives how hard we work on it. I'm so excited that people are enjoying it so far. Thank you. Does anybody else have a question?
I do. So, hi, Kelsey. I think I'm probably the outlier of the group here. So I work for Girl Scouts of Eastern Washington and Northern Idaho. And one of the things that we're focusing on is in our safety checkpoints for volunteers, there's a laundry list of certifications that we can give to them to be able to take their kids paddling. One of them is PSF and some other stuff. Red Cross lifeguarding, or equivalent skills for whatever PSF would be. I feel like this course would kind of meet those requirements, but the issue that we're facing right now is we're struggling to find someone. Like, I have a PSF certification, but I'm struggling to get like an instructor certification to be able to teach this class.
Got you. So just a small point, this suite of resources, you do not need to be an instructor to use this. I just want everyone to know that. You don't have to be an ACA member or know who the ACA is. Hopefully you learn from you reading the book, but I just want you to know that. That being said, for the PSF, Katie, welcome, by the way, and you're not the outlier at all. All of us here are on the same team. With your PSF, you can deliver any of this content in the format that you already do, or that is contained in the facilitator's guide, if you find that helpful and useful for you. But if you are seeking other training, and I'm familiar with the safety checkpoints, I helped write those as it relates to paddling anyway. And if you want assistance in finding an instructor or a trainer to deliver the items you need, please shoot me an email at this address right here, and I will personally help you find what you need.
That would be awesome, because it's definitely a journey to find someone.
Yeah, and I hear that. And another reason why content like this is so valuable, is useful, creates access, and that will bridge, people to seek out instruction or certification later on. But we got to start at the bottom, and I think that's what we're trying to do with this. So, Katie, thank you for your comment. It's remarkably relevant. You're not the outlier. Does anyone else have a question or a comment? Casey, are there any comments or questions in the chat that you think would be helpful to this audience?
I have a question. I didn't know how to do the hand raising
Oh,
thing.
no worries. Okay.
Movita and Austin, will you all have marketing material where we could share this with because I am in Austin, we have lots of rental places with kayaks, and the city of Austin does some kayaking events. And so there's Texas Parks and Wildlife, the list goes on. How do I get that information to them in like a short marketing type material where they can pursue getting additional information?
Gotcha. Oh, I love that question. And Austin, is it raining in Austin right now? It's
It
raining.
is
buckets where I am.
not. It is very hot.
Okay. So if you go to the website there on the bottom of this slide, americancanoe.org/smart start, you'll find all the verbiage that you might need to introduce this to people. You could also say, hey, if you want to take a look at it, this free online course, just click through it. You don't have to be a member. You don't have to pay for it. You can send them a copy of we have an infographic, a double-sided like handout card that explains what it is and how to use it. We have these brief slide decks. You can send them, hey, check out this slide deck. And I'll also make the slide deck here that we're presenting today. I'm going to put that there as well if you want to share that. But if I'm missing an approach or a perspective that would better suit the people over there, then please let me know what it is. And I want to create something, if I have not yet made it, that is useful for you.
Yeah, but if I have the person's email and or phone number, those resources are great. But I was thinking more of, as I meet people in the community, something that I could like quickly, either a QR card or something that I could quickly show people that would get them to the place. And that seems like that would be a low or no cost option.
Yeah, well, we have a QR code.
You do.
Code. I am so sorry. Gosh. Bleh. Yes. It is part of the infographic, but I can pull it out and make an independent item that you could just have on your phone. And that's a great idea. Casey, write it down to remind me. But yes, I can make that independent just as a really quick save it. That's a great idea. Thank you. Howdy, Jeff. It's nice to see you. How can I help you?
Thank you. From Wisconsin here. So looking at the website with this stuff, it looks like the Smart Start for Safe Paddling student workbooks are available at quantity of 25 for $200. So that would be what we would do if we want to incorporate this into our ongoing classes and class program, class structure. We could build it in and then use those workbooks in that setting.
Yeah, that's a fantastic question, Jeff. So
that's the point.
Yes, it goes hand in hand with the content of the green book, right? The curriculum book. It also matches up in same order with the facilitator's guide as well. But Jeff, a great point that you made. If you want to order a quantity that's more than 25 of those, please let me know, because as you might see, for those of you who've clicked through the little store where these are, if you buy 10, you get a 10% discount. If you buy 25, you get a 20% discount. Like, we can extend that economies of scale, if you will, if you are looking for more than that. So I just chose 3 easy quantities to put on the website, realizing that some people might only want 1, and that's all they'll ever want. But if you want more, and I want to help you with that. And of course, Jeff, if you would like to co-brand that, or even just have them sent out to the different people ahead of your class, any other thing that I can help you with, I want to do that. So while
thank you.
this curriculum is very comprehensive and can fit in anywhere, I also just want to treat you individually and make sure that it fits and you get it the way that you need it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. All right, it is 2:30 straight down. Does anyone else have a question? And again, please take a snapshot of this if you haven't already, of our website, my email address. And again, please reach out. I'll be sending this recording to you a little bit later, so you can always come back and listen to these questions or review the slides at your leisure. Kelly, good afternoon. How can I help you?
Hi, so I'm the Ohio State Director. Could the state directors receive free copies? That way we have them on hand to show them throughout our state.
Do you mean to show them, like have a couple, or do you mean have an inventory of them?
No, well, either one. Whether we just have a couple on hand, or, that we can take to events and actually have a physical copy.
Yeah, that's a great question, Kelly. Well, do me a favor and shoot me an email with the address to which you want me to ship, and I will get some to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're most welcome. Thank you. And Kelly, thank you again for being a state director. For all the other people here that are ACA members or instructors or volunteers, like, your work really matters, and you are the hands and feet of all the stuff that we're trying to do here. So Kelly, I appreciate your work so very much.
Thank you.
Does anyone else have a question? I cannot see the chat, so please excuse me. If you're typing me a message in the chat, I cannot see it.
Kelsey, Natalie had a really good question, and I think it'll just kind of emphasize some of the things that you have been talking about. She asked, is the plan to have a course for facilitators prior to folks utilizing this in programming, or is this intended for anyone who is certified and already teaching? Also, is it intended to pair with NASBLA courses or standalone, or both? Let me know if you want me to break up any of that.
Yeah, gosh, okay. So these, again, this suite of resources, you do not need to be certified to use. So whatever organization that you work with, you volunteer with, that whatever paddling program that you may already have, use this as it fits into that program. If you're trying to build one or start one, this would be absolutely fantastic place to start. And I'd love to help talk to you about that and give you some connections. If you are an ACA certified instructor or not ACA certified, you instruct somewhere else, this content does parallel our PSF course, and I think our, let's see, level 1 skills courses as well. So you can kind of use them in tandem. But it in of itself, Smart Start for Safe Paddling, is that we have a course outline that's on the ACA's website right now, and that course outline is for our certified instructors. But of course, if you are not certified, you can adapt that if you like the structure and the flow of it. Again, you do not need to be ACA certified to utilize these things. Does that answer the question, or did I miss one?
Yes, and the last part was, is it intended to pair with NASBLA courses or standalone, or both?
I would say it was designed to stand alone, but essentially by alone, there's a dozen different things in it, so it's not just one end all be all book that has to be read verbatim. This content is not yet NASBLA verified or approved, but it is in alignment, and it does cover all of their standards. And so as we work through that relationship with NASBLA, we would love if we can team up and be hand in hand with that, but that is not required for this to be useful. Thank you, Natalie.
Kelsey, there's no reason this can't be added into an existing NASBLA course as long as it meets the requirements of the organization offering it. It would fit well with a powerboating focused course that wanted to explore paddling a little bit. It's wherever you're using it, it's valuable information.
Robin, thank you. That's a great point. So yes, if this goes along and meets the needs and meets the standards of your organization or your program, great, toss it in. If it doesn't, talk to me about it. I want to know why. And if there's anything or anybody being excluded by the way this is being presented, I want to know about it and open the doors. But thank you, Natalie. Great question. Does anyone else have a question? Okay. Well, I'm going to, of course, review all the questions in the chat, and I'll reach out if I can be helpful to anyone in particular. But please keep my email. Let me know if you have some follow-up questions. I want to talk to you, and I will send you this recording here shortly. Again, I thank you so very much for your time, for your interest, for your questions. This really means the world. We're really proud of this, and we want you to be proud of the paddling safety information that you share in your community, and we want to help you. So have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.